In this video, we're going to compare the two artificial intelligences that have stood out the most in the market. On one hand, we have Google Veo 3, which has achieved impressive realism and now generates sound effects as well as dialogues with lip sync. On the other hand, we have the giant of images, Midjourney, which creates videos while maintaining the tool's unique style. Before we start, leave a comment below. Have you already used Google Veo 3, or did you use Midjourney to generate images and now you're excited to create videos with the tool? Also, do you already use artificial intelligence to make money or to boost your productivity? If so, write the name of the AI and what you use it for, okay? Let's chat in the comments. Let's go straight to my computer screen. In the video, you'll see that there are both sound effects and audio, but I'm not going to compare that because Midjourney doesn't generate audio, right? So it wouldn't be fair. So we're only going to compare the quality, but the sound, dialogues, and sound effects you're hearing were generated with Google Veo 3, okay? All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. You can pause and look at this prompt. So this prompt was used both in Google Veo 3 and in Midjourney Video. Exactly the same. What can we see in the prompt here? That it's a photorealistic scene. Here, there's the matter of the sun, right? They're in a park and it's a group of friends. They're having a casual conversation, which obviously won't show up in Midjourney. They're there, excited, playing soccer. You can control the camera both in Veo 3 and in Midjourney, okay? Here, we also specified that it's an animation talking about soccer techniques, which obviously also won't be present in Midjourney. Let's play it again here and look at the movement. All right, let's go. Well, in my opinion, here, let me know yours. Veo 3 stood out more because you can actually see the child juggling the ball, right? Whereas here, you can see the person tried to kick the ball, but the foot movement looks a bit odd, doesn't it? Right here, at this moment, look, this foot here belongs to someone who's kind of hidden. So take a look at that. Let's analyze it again. Great. Now let's see, here we have a top-down view, okay, of a shooting game. And it's a zombie game, all right? And here, it's kind of an abandoned environment, right? Let's take a look here. Well, there's really nothing to comment on here, right? Nobody showed up here. Or it doesn't explicitly state here that there should be an individual present with a firearm, but you can clearly observe that there is a vehicle here, that it initially appears, and then it subsequently disappears. In any case. So it turned out pretty strange. Let's play it again. All right, here we go. We have abundant natural lighting here, don't we? We have someone comfortably situated here within their own house, okay? It's a woman and she's smiling and holding a salad in her hand. Here, she's standing in front of the refrigerator, right? In front of the fridge, and there are several photos and colorful notes stuck to it, okay? Is there anything else here? No? That's it. Let's see how they're going to behave here. It's almost unfair listening here because there's lip sync. So you end up engaging more here with Veo 3, but let's watch the woman's movements. Because that's what we're analyzing, right? Let's take a look here. Let's go back a bit more. Once again, I prefer Veo 3 because of how natural it feels. Even if it's muted look, I'm going to mute it now. That's the idea I just had. I'm going to mute it here. It seems like the Midjourney one is more like a model, right? She's kind of like, oh, she's pretty. The movement is natural, but it's like, yeah, it's natural, but it feels like a commercial. Whereas here with Veo 3, the movement is more natural, let's say, right? Let's take another look here. And it's cool that here she points, and when she taps the photo moves. Look at this. The physics here, she taps the note, and it moves. See? Wait, let me rewind a bit more here. Look, even the butterfly moves, see? So once again, Google VO3 wins. Let's go to the next one. Well, here we have a photo, also realistic video of a scene where we have cats here, right? All right, let's see here. One cat is kind of going to poke the other. Then he more or less describes the color and the colors of the cats. Anyway, let's take a look here. Well, here I think Midjourney won. 2 found the paw. It looks kind of strange here. Let's see how many paws won. I don't know. It looks like this paw here doesn't exist, right? This paw here is really weird. Let's take a look here, but I think this time Midjourney won. Let's see here. Yeah, I think here, in my opinion, it seems that I found it strange. This paw gave me a certain weird feeling. Midjourney here, in this case, ended up winning. Leave your opinion in the comments below. Here we have AA seen in black and white style. So Midjourney kind of didn't respect that, right? And it's a bonsai. It's a bonsai. Let's see here. Yeah, here the movement turned out weird in Midjourney. Anyway. Oh, cool. Here it's kind of a desert style, right? Yeah, let's see here. The dust is moving. A Jeep is about to appear at high speed. So let's analyze the speed aspect, which is something that's really hard for AI to do. As it's moving, it's kicking up dust. Let's see here. Let's take a look. I really liked it. Both of them look amazing. The sound from Google VO3 is really good, but when it comes to realism, I liked Midjourney more. It's funny because Midjourney is usually more stylized, right? But in this case, in my opinion, Midjourney won. What about you? Leave a comment below. I found it really interesting. And what's interesting is using these artificial intelligences to monetize, to make money, to attract clients, for example, for you to offer services or to create YouTube channels and earn money from that, or even to use them for your own business. Maybe you want to launch a course, or you want to make a video for an animation, maybe to use it for your company. Let me give you an example. I have a client who's using VO3 to create those training videos for his employees, right? And then he hired him for what? To make money, right? It's a service being provided. Let's continue the analysis here. Well, here we have a desert scene again, but this time it's much more stylized. Here we have a sky with some prominent moons, right? Anyway, here it is. Look, multiple luminous moons. And a camera that's going to effectively give this expansive landscape effect. Let me see if there's anything else interesting. Here there will be some particles, right, with movement. So let's take a look here. What's interesting is that the style here is digital illustration. That's why it has this more digital illustration look. There's not much else to say about it, right? Well, Midjourney didn't really handle the movement very well, did it? It ended up kind of static, except for a bit of movement here, like some wind or something like that. And with Google VO3, the setting, the whole environment feels alive, right? And here, it's just the movement of a few elements, right? Even though I personally like the image from Midjourney more, since we're primarily analyzing movement and animation, in my considered opinion, VO3 clearly wins here. Oh, it even added a really cool and interesting lizard here, which turned out to be truly amazing. Here we have a military environment. There's a Jeep that's going to drive through the scene. The overall setting has a bit of a dense atmospheric fog, right? There's also some lush green vegetation present, adding to the natural environment. It's inside a village. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here. Here, I like Midjourney more, although the prompt says the guard should open the house door, so VO3 followed the prompt more closely, but I liked Midjourney better here. And it looks like a video game scene, right? It kind of looks like a PlayStation 4 game more or less, right? But let's take another look. Another thing that's a bit odd and quite peculiar is that the individual guy is running at precisely the same speed as the Jeep here, right? If he were walking just a little bit slower, then VO3 would have definitely won the race or competition. Anyway, it's almost a tie. But I liked Midjourney. What about you guys? Leave a comment below. Here we have a solitary person, right? An elderly individual. He's present there, completely alone. Right? There is some natural vegetation within the surrounding environment here. A camera is slowly moving closer. Let me see if there's anything else interesting. Yeah, that's about it. Then he goes on to describe the setting, right? If pausing here, I actually like this setting more. It shows that it's dark with the sunlight coming in, right? But let's check out the movement, because that's what we're here to see, right? Let's take a look. Well, you have to agree with me that video 3 is much better. He moves here, lifts up an artifact, then a crow arrives. And here, the start of the movement looked a bit weird. Look, when paused, he kind of got deformed here. It looked really strange, right? Let's take a look here. We're getting to the end. Just a reminder, guys, if you want this kind of analysis, if you want me to analyze your channel, for example, or if you want to ask something about artificial intelligence, maybe about one of your projects, we have the channel membership here. At level 1, you can ask questions in the videos, and I'll answer them with priority. I'll also post the videos in advance for channel members. Now, if you're at level 2, you can make a post in the channel's community. Any subscriber can make posts there, but if you're a level 2 member here, I'll respond to your post with priority. You can post there, maybe a video from another channel, a video from your own channel, an image, anything you want me to analyze or give my opinion on. After all, you're here, and I'll respond with priority if you're a level 2 channel member. Okay? There's also level 3. Take a look at it. There are even more benefits. The full description is right here. Just scroll down below the video. You'll see join. Click there and you'll see all 3 levels. Check it out. It's really worth it. It's very affordable, okay? Let's keep going here to wrap things up. Let's move on to the next one. The 3D CGI style animation is cool. There's an interaction here between a woman who's about to arrive with an umbrella. Then the child turns around and there's a man. It's funny because on the right side, here in Midjourney, there's no man, right? And here on the left side, there's a chubby man. Looks like the father. Here on the left, the father appears with his 2 daughters, right? Assuming here that it's a girl, right? It could be a boy too, but anyway. With both children or a son and a daughter. And here it looks more like the mother, right? And here it doesn't look like a father, right? It looks, I don't even know what it looks like here, right? Anyway, kind of weird. Let's take a look here. Let's go to the next one here. I'm not even going to say for me the winner there was Google VO3. Here we have a kind of corridor, right? With these speed effects. It's basically the Flash from DC. While he's running, a blue atmosphere appears that shows a trail of his speed, right? Well, in terms of overall realism, I personally liked Midjourney better. Now, the one that meticulously followed the prompt the most was VO3, but I found both of them quite nice and visually appealing. They're totally different styles, right? Well, comment below which one you liked. Did you prefer the unique style of Midjourney? Or did you like the realism of VO3 more? Not to mention, it's a bit unfair since it generates the sound effects and the dialogues. Comment below, I want to know. Remember, become a member here on the channel, and I'll leave these videos here. I'll leave one from Midjourney and another from Google VO3, which are separate videos. I'll leave a playlist here. Watch the latest videos. Stick with me because it's really going to be worth it. In these videos, we do an even deeper individual analysis, all right? I'll see you in these next videos. See you soon!